Time check, it's 1:15 in the afternoon. Today is November 11, 2022, Friday. It's the last trading day of the week. My name is Jaycee de Guzman of Equilyst Analytics. If you are new to my YouTube channel, I'd like to mention how my methodology works. There are 6 indicators that need to get a bullish rating for me to say that a stock has a confirmed buy signal. The first indicator is that the last price must be higher than the 10-day simple moving average. Number 2, the MACD line must be higher than the signal line. Number 3, the prevailing volume should be at least 50% of the stock's 10-day volume average. Number 4, the last price must be higher than the volume weighted average price of the stock. Number 5, the dominant range index must be bullish. And number 6, the market sentiment index must be bullish. The first 4 indicators that I mentioned are classical indicators that you can find in any interactive chart that your broker in the Philippines may have. As for the last 2 indicators, they are my proprietary indicators, so none of the brokers in the Philippines can show you the market sentiment index and the dominant range index. Only I can explain and provide those charts. So in this video, we will talk about my analysis and synthesis for the top 5 traded stocks as of the time of checking. So as mentioned, they are top 5 traded stocks. So these are ranked according to the number of trades transacted as of the time of checking. Number 1 in the list is Ayala Land, followed by BDO. Number 3, DMC. Number 4, Semirara. Number 5, Ayala Corporation. Okay, so let's take a look at Ali. Ali is currently trading at 27.10 pesos per share. I will plot the support and resistance level for you. The immediate resistance that I see is near 30 pesos per share. The immediate support is near 22.7. Let's round it up to maybe 22 or 23 pesos per share. At this point, the prevailing price is closer to the immediate resistance than the immediate support. The first indicator is bullish. The second indicator is also bullish. The third indicator is also bullish. As for the foreign sentiment, we see here that it's a net foreign buying amounting to almost 112 million pesos as of the time of checking. For the fourth indicator of Ali involving the VWAP is at 27.26. So that's already higher than the last price. So I would say that the fourth indicator is also already bearish. The dominant range index seconds the motion. It's bearish. Same thing with the market sentiment index. Okay, how are you going to interpret this one now? Let's say you already have a position on Ayala Land. As long as your trailing stop is intact, there's no need for you to panic. But being that the dominant range index and the market sentiment index are already both bearish, I would recommend that you consider trimming your losses. You have the option to sell in tranches, maybe about 25%, 50%, or an X percentage of your total holdings for Ayala Land. But it's also another option for you not to do anything, again, as long as your trailing stop is intact. Now, if you don't have a position on Ayala Land, I don't recommend that you treat this one as an opportunity for you to buy more for less, because again, there's no confirmed buy signal, so why the heck should you buy, right? So what's the purpose of setting up a methodology to look for a confirmed buy signal if you're going to violate it anyway, right? So now, you are better off waiting for a breakout above 30 pesos per share or for the prevailing price to inch closer to the support level if that's going to happen. Either of the 2 situations are possible. So we'll just have to be on a wait and see mode. Okay, but for now, there is no buy signal for Ayala Land. If you have a Ali, eyes on your trailing stop. And if you don't know what a trailing stop is, if it's only now that you've heard that phrase, I would recommend that you use my trailing stop calculator here. It's on equilyst.com. Click on resources and then click the calculators tab. If you need my assistance, you have the option to subscribe to my stock market consultancy service. The details are on the homepage of equilyst.com. Okay, number 2, let's talk about BDO. BDO is currently trading at 133.2. The immediate resistance is pegged near 140.30. The immediate support is at 110 pesos per share, but I'm seeing a midterm support level near 123 pesos as well. The prevailing price is already closer to the immediate resistance than the immediate support. The first indicator is also bullish. Same thing with the second one. For the third indicator involving volume, it's bearish. It's not yet halfway past. It's not yet above or it hasn't reached yet the 50% of BDO's 10-day volume average, as you can see here. So this mountain-like shadowy background here, that's the 100% of the stock's 10-day volume average. Half of that, of course, that's 50%. As you can see here, the prevailing volume, the red volume bar here, that's the prevailing volumes point. So it hasn't touched yet the 50% of this shadowy background here. So third indicator is bearish. Now let's take a look at whether the foreign funds are net foreign buying or net foreign selling. They are net foreign buying, but only at a relatively insignificant amount of 25 million pesos. Now for the VWAP of BDO, it's at 133.86. It's also higher than the last price that I recorded upon as of the time of generating these statistics. The dominant range index is bearish. Same thing with the market sentiment index. So if you have a position for BDO, like what I mentioned for Ali, you have two options. Respect your trailing stop, do nothing, don't top up yet, or trim your losses, since both dominant range index and market sentiment index are bearish. If you don't have a position on BDO, stay on the sidelines. You can add this one into your watch list. Of course, if you still have an available slot, I don't recommend monitoring dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of stocks on your watch list. You only have 2 eyes. So even if you can set up, let's say, 6 screens, 6 monitors in front of you, your number of eyeballs just remain 2, right? So just monitor what you can only realistically monitor. Okay, so that's for BDO. All right, let's talk about DMC. DMC is currently trading at 8.86 pesos per share. The support level is near 8 pesos per share. The resistance is at near 9.7 as a precursor to 10.6. The prevailing price, I think it's closer to the immediate support than the immediate resistance, but the first indicator is bearish. The 10-day SMA is already higher than the last price. The second indicator involving MACD is also bearish, while the third indicator involving the volume is bullish. Before we check on the fourth indicator, which is the VWAP, let's take a look at the net foreign, which net foreign buying amounting to almost 20 million pesos. Okay, now the VWAP as of the time of generating these statistics for DMC is at 8.75. That's lower than the last price. So we got a bullish fourth indicator there. Unfortunately, the fifth and the last indicator are both bearish. So indeed, there's no confirmed buy signal for DMC yet. I'd rather wait for DMC to rise above the position of its 10-day simple moving average. But it doesn't mean I'm going to buy right away just because that happens. If and when that happens, I will have to reassess the status of each of these 6 indicators. If there's a buy signal, then I will have to compute for my initial trailing stop and my reward to risk ratio. You can use my calculators on the calculators tab inside the resources menu of my website. If I'm happy with the reward to risk ratio, then that's the time that I'm going to buy within the prevailing dominant range. if you're not familiar with the terminologies that I've been blobbing about, again, I would recommend that you subscribe to my stock market consultancy service so that we can have a one-on-one training, one-on-one discussion regarding the entirety of my methodology. Now, there's no buy signal. Again, it's the same piece of advice that I've given for Ali and BDO. So I'm not going to beat around the same bush. You can just rewind this video if you'd like to. All right, next one, we have Semirara. At the moment, Semirara is trading at 31.2. The support level is near 26.8. Resistance, the immediate resistance can be plotted near 32.8. And that's a precursor to 37, followed by, what else? 44. Well, actually, we don't have to talk about those higher resistance levels because Semirara still has a lot of things, still has a lot of work to do just to break out above 33 pesos per share. That's also the price point or level that when broken out, we can say that the first indicator will become bullish. By that, when that happens, the last price will become higher than the 10-day simple moving average. At this point, the first indicator is bearish together with the second indicator involving MACD. On the other hand, the third indicator involving the prevailing volume is bullish. Let me show you the net foreign status as of the time of checking. A net foreign is positive at almost 32 million pesos. Okay. For the VWAP, it's at 30.76. Okay, that's bullish. Even though the dominant range index is bullish, the market sentiment index contradicts. So we failed, well, not we, but SCC, Semirara. Semirara failed to get 6 bullish ratings from those 6 indicators, so there's no buy signal yet for SCC. For me, it's better for me to wait for the price to break out above 33 pesos per share, between 32.8 to 33 pesos per share. And then I'm going to reanalyze just to check if the 6 indicators are already bullish. So same piece of advice, just like what I've given for the 3 previous stocks. All right, next one we have Ayala Corporation. Okay, Ayala Corporation is currently trading at 674.50. Support is at 596. Resistance is at 686, followed by 776 or 777, we can say so. The first indicator is bullish. Second one is bullish as well. Volume is bullish as well. It's higher than the 50% of Ayala Corporation's 10-day volume 10-day volume average. Now for the VWAP, so far we got 3 indicators that are bullish. Now what's the VWAP as of the time of generating these statistics? VWAP is at 674.92. Okay, good. That's lower than the last price. So that the fourth indicator is also bullish, unfortunately. Okay, this is an unfortunate event. The dominant range index and the market sentiment index are both bearish. Do you have a position on Ayala Corporation? Again and again, 2 options for you. Hold your position or preempt your trailing stop. But by the looks of what I'm seeing on the daily chart of Ayala Corporation, if I were in your case, as long as my trailing stop is intact, I'm going to hold my position, but I'm not going to buy the dips yet. Not yet. I'd like to wait for the last 2 indicators, the dominant range index and the market sentiment index, to become bullish. Okay, so that's it for my data-driven analysis using my evergreen strategy for the top 5 traders or 5 most traded stocks as of the time of checking this, checking the numbers. Again, I would like to invite you to read everything on the homepage of my website at Equilyst.com so that you can see how I can help you learn how to preserve your capital, protect your gains, and prevent unbearable losses, whether you are into short-term trading or long-term investing in the Philippine Stock Exchange. I founded Equilyst Analytics in 2014, and to date, I've been able to guide more or less 2,000 individuals Some of them are cooperatives, some of them are corporations, um, some of them are local and foreign investors, but I don't manage, I'm not going to manage your money. So I'm not a broker, I'm a consultant. So I'm not going to manage your money on your behalf. I'll just give you guidance. It still be you who's going to push that buy and sell button. I'm not going to log in into your account. It's you who's going to do that. All right? So be very careful when also choosing where to get from whom you're going to get the guidance. If they say that they can manage your account, make sure that they are registered brokers. If they are representing a company, make sure that that company has a secondary license from the Securities and Exchange Commission as permission for them to receive money from investing individuals or entities. This has been Jaycee de Guzman of Equilyst Analytics.